Hello, this is Roger Mark from Village, Montana, and I want to be perfectly clear. I'm no scientist, but there are several things, I would say at least 4 or 5 major reasons I think there's a problem with the NASA program, claiming that the first and foremost thing, and you can check this with anybody in the know, that these 1 or 2 radiation belts that surround the Earth are so severe that we would need lead shielding, heavy lead shielding, to get through them, or it would the radiation would not only affect our technology, but would affect the human body and cause serious damage or death to it. And these 2 belts have not been gone through with human beings with our technology. We may have done it with stolen alien technology, but it has not been with our technology that we went through it, that NASA currently claims. These rockets are massive.
Unbeknownst to the citizenry, high above the Earth, beginning at an altitude of 1,000 miles and extending an additional 25,000 miles.
1,000 miles and 25,000 miles. The Earth is passive, so they claim there are 2 radiation belts that we need to get through. And unless we get through those belts, the human body would not be able to make it to the moon. If the moon is at the correct distance, they're saying it is. That's another thing in question. Is the moon actually as far away as they claim it is? I don't know. There's too many questions here that are unanswered, and they're not being forthright about. That's the other problem, is the honesty with what really is going on versus what they say is going on. The coverage of media, the manipulation of media, the manipulation of data and technology and secrecy, as well as media control and mind control through the media. All these things indicate that there's some serious problems in what is really being told to us that is truthful from the government. Now, she says belts. There's at least 2 of them between here and the moon. And remember, Russia was far more advanced in their space program than ours, and only they have sent an unmanned probe to the moon, not a manned. Our rockets could not take the weight of the lead and the payload to the moon. It just takes too much. And there's a specific video on how impossible it is to use rockets to get to the moon. It's just theoretically impossible. Yes, we can go around the Earth below these belts and go to manned stations. And remember, they do plenty of manned station videos, and sure, that's being done, but that is not to the moon. So that's another problem in all this. We talk about manned stations, but we've never done anything again with the moon. And the other problem is with lighting and with waving flag and with no stars on all these shots as they look back at the Earth. That there's something seriously wrong with what they portrayed versus what was actually done.
Every space mission in history with humans on board, from both the United States and Soviet Union, from the first in 1961 to the present, has been well below this deadly radiation field. Mercury, Gemini, Soyuz, Skylab, the Space Shuttle, all maintained altitudes well below 1,000 miles. All except Apollo. The more experienced Soviets spent 100 hours in space for every 20 hours of the US. In order to survive the hour-and-a-half journey through this radiation field necessary to reach the moon and return, solid lead shielding between the astronauts and the exposure outside would be required. The mammoth Saturn V rocket used by Apollo was already 35 stories tall and weighed as much as a battleship. To add additional tonnage in the form of a lead barrier completely surrounding the crew members would have made it impossible for the vehicle to get off the ground.
Now notice that they said that tonnage would have made it impossible. And we've also got problems with windows. You couldn't have windows as we currently have them, protect them from the ultraviolet radiation. We don't have that protection through windows. We just don't have that technology. No one talks about that, but we don't have that technology. Now, maybe aliens do, real aliens do, but we don't. Now, we may have stolen alien technology to get to the moon and beyond, but it's not by our technology. And again, I say stolen. Many things are coming out about all these lies and about really what's going on. And this is just the beginning of the facade and cover-up since the Second World War and before, with the Nazis, with Antarctica, with what they did, the Nazis did with scientists and with their glowing bell and other things. All these things point to many, many massive cover-ups. And the cover-ups with UFO information, period, indicate that there's been a lot of secrecy going on, a lot of pirating and making technology from these things, but not releasing these things to the public in many ways. So these things are parallel and they're combined, and they're both cover-ups, which indicate to me that the cover-up, the master cover-up, involves both the NASA lies and the UFO cover-up and the control system above both these systems. It's pure and simple. And this is Roger Mark from Billings, Montana.